1. We'll be starting with verse number
19th.
20. Last chapter 1. So appearance of Sudeva Swami, the chapter, and the appearance of Bhagavatam also. You can say. So after paying obeisances to the Brahmanas and declaring before them that he has taken the vow that he is going to fast till death. So everybody praised the decision. So 19th chapter, 19th verse, first canto. Maharshayo vai samupagata ye prashasya sadvitya numodamanaha uchu prajanugrahashila yaduttama shloka gunabhirupam. The great sages that assembled there, Maharsha, that is great sages, why as a matter of course, samupagataha, assembled there, ye, those whose prashasya, by praising, sadhu, quite all right, iti thus, anumodamana, all approving, should said, praja anugraha, doing good to the living being, shila sara, quantitatively powerful, yet because, uttama shlok, one who is praised by selected poems, guna abhirupam, as beautiful as godly qualities. So all the great sages were assembled there who praised the decision of Maharaj Parikshit and they expressed their approval by saying, very good. So they liked the decision what he has taken, that he wants to just hear about Lord and allow the curse to happen. Naturally, the sages are inclined to do good to common men, for they have all qualitative powers of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, they were very much pleased to see Maharaj Parikshit, a devotee of the Lord, and they spoke. Maharaj Parikshit, he decided to fast till death. Everybody loved, everybody praised the king's action. That was given in the previous verse. So in the southern bank of the Ganga, he sat. He was facing towards the north. He gave his kingdom to his son. So one may ask that they wanted the devotee to fast till death. They wanted to see Maharaj Parikshit advance in devotional service. One should not take it in the wrong way. This simple question can come. Now such curse has been given to Maharaj Parikshit. And on top of that, Maharaj Parikshit has also decided the curse to happen. And then till this curse happens, he has decided he's not going to even drink water also. And he's waiting for the Takshak to come and bite him. So why the sages and the denizens of and everybody Gandharvas, the the denizens in the upper lokas, upper planets, why they are happy with this decision? In fact, they should have stopped, no? Ishit Maharaj to not allow the curse also to take place, do some maybe God worship or something like that. But no, they wanted Parikshit Maharaj to progress in devotional service. And what is the perfection in devotional service? That one has to always remember Krishna, especially at the time of quitting the body. When a person comes to know, yes, this is the time I'm going to go. Anyhow, everybody has only 7 days. Which week? We don't know. But everybody has this much. You cannot say I have some 8th day. Everybody has 7 days. So this was forecasted that because of Maharaj Parikshit, the whole world is going to hear about the glories of. Okay. So Kusum read, Kusum cannot read today. No? Gadadhar Prabhu, Kamalakshi Mataji.
Mataji, sorry, Mataji, our home no light. I'm going to stop, Mataji. Next verse I will read, Mataji.
Muslim also is not able to read. Who else is joined today? Vimala can read. Vimala now only she is joined. So, Jumud, you read.
Okay. महर्षयो वै समुपागता ये प्रशस्य साध्वीप्यं नो मोदमानः उच्चुः प्रजानुग्रहशीलसारा यदुत्तमश्लोकगुणाभिरूपम्. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All the great sages who were assembled there also praised the decision of Maharaj Parikshit, and they expressed their approval by saying, "Very good." Naturally, the sages are inclined to do good to the common men, for they have all the qualitative powers of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, they were very much pleased to see Maharaj Parikshit, a devotee of the Lord, and they spoke as follows. The natural beauty of a living being is enhanced by rising up to the platform of devotional service. Maharaj Parikshit was absorbed in attachment for Lord Krishna. Seeing this, the great sages assembled were very pleased, and they expressed their approval by saying, "Very good." Such sages are naturally inclined to do good to the common man, and when they see a personality like Maharaj Parikshit advance in devotional service, their pleasure knows no bounds, and they offer all blessings in their power. The devotional service of the Lord is so auspicious that all demigods and sages, up to the Lord Himself, become pleased with the devotee, and therefore the devotee finds everything auspicious. All in all inauspicious matters are removed from the path of a progressive devotee. Meeting all the great sages at the time of death was certainly auspicious for Maharaj Parikshit, and thus he was blessed by the so-called curse of the Brahmana boy. Hare Krishna.
So meeting the sages itself, auspicious. The sages means what? Machitnamadrita pranam bodayantaha parasparam tapyantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti. What the sages do? They meet each other because their Chitta, their consciousness is in Lord. They will only think about it. Sufficient Vicharaman, there is satisfaction. For the one who is hearing, the one who has assembled there, everybody will be hearing about Lord. 20th verse. Nava idam rajarshi varya chitram bhavatsu krishnam samanograteshu ethasanam rajakirita jushtam sadyo jahur bhagavat parshava kamaha. The neither va like this idam, this rajarshi, saintly king, Varya, the chief, Chitra, astonishing, Avatsu, unto all of you, Krishna, Lord Krishna, Samanu Prateshu, unto those who are strictly in the line of Yehu, Adhyasanam, seated on the throne, Raja Kirita, helmets of kings, Jushtam, decorated, Satya, immediately, Jahu gave up, Bhagavat, the personality of God, Parshakamaha, desiring achieve association. So the sages said, O chief of all the saintly kings of Pandu dynasty, who are strictly in the line of Lord Krishna, it is not at all astonishing that you give up your throne, which is decorated with the helmets of many kings, to achieve eternal association with the personality of God. You are a devotee. There's something astonishing that for especially the family members of Pandu dynasty, because they are already in devotion and for devotional life, they are ready to sacrifice anything and everything. What did Arjuna say? Vaiksham api ihaloke. Let me give up everything. Let me go and beg. There is a nature. There's a natural nature of natural quality of Pandavas. They are not interested in material life. They are ready to give up anything and everything. They just want service of God. So it's not at all astonishing because you have this quality with you. Okay. So there in purport, if you see in Bhagavad Gita purport, Prabhupada writes, Prabhupada says, the soft-heartedness of Arjuna attracted Krishna and gave this quality to Arjuna to hear the confidential subject matters from Krishna. So, what is that qualification? That soft heartedness. The soft heartedness means he is not interested in dividing, he is even seeing the enemies as his own people. Swajana. In that 31st verse, if you see in Bhagavad Gita, the 31st verse, it says, they are all my Swajana. Sorry, 28th verse. 30, yeah, 28th verse says, they are all my people. How can I kill my people? With that, Prabhupada writes, Yasyasti Bhaktir Bhagavati Akinchana Sarvair Gunestatra Samasati. Those who are Akinchana devotees of Krishna, Akinchana means unmotivated, undeviated, they just love Lord. So for them, Lord says they have the natural quality of Nitya Suris. Nitya Suris refer to the demigods of the eternal world, not of this material world, eternal world. Demigods of the eternal world, demigods of the material world, they derive power from the demigods of eternal world. One who is always serving Krishna, Parshadas. Sarvair Gunes Tatra Samasate, so they have this natural quality. So it's not at all astonishing to see a devotee sacrificing something, giving up the material things. It's not at all astonishing. Somebody says, oh, this devotee does not go to hotel to eat. And nothing like, what is so astonishing in that? Anyhow, he is taking Amrita. Why he should take poison? He is not interested in seeing TV. Why he should see that? When he is hearing Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam, when he is interested in studying Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam, he is taking nectar. Somebody is eating malpua, then you say, oh, bichara, he rejected sukha bukha roti. But he is eating malpua, na? He is taking something which is higher. So it is not at all astonishing. What is there in that? To give up material life is not at all astonishing for a devotee. Okay. Kamalakshi Mataji, now the light has come. It's not come, then me.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
You can read. You can read, no?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
Text number 20. Navaidam Rajarshivarya Chitram Bhavat Shukrishnam Samanvriteshu Eyatyasanam Rajakritya Sustam Satyo Jagur Bhagavat Parshvatamaha. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. The sages said, O chief of all the saintly kings of the Pandu dynasty, who are strictly in the line of Lord Sri Krishna, it is not at all astonishing that you give up your throne, which is decorated with the helmets of many kings, to achieve eternal association with the personality of Godhead. Purport. Foolish politicians who hold political administrative posts think that the temporary posts they occupy are the highest material gain of life, and therefore they stick to those posts even up to the last moment of life, without knowing that achievement of liberation as one of the associations of the Lord in his eternal abode is the highest gain of life. The human life is made for achieving this end. The Lord has assured us in the Bhagavad Gita many times that going back to Godhead is eternal abode is the highest achievement. Prahlad Maharaja, while praying to the Lord Narasimha, said, "Oh my Lord, I am very much afraid of the materialistic way of life, and I am not the least afraid of your present Gaishi, ferocious future such Narasimha Deva. This materialistic way of life is something like a grinding stone, and we are being crushed by it. We have fallen into the horrible whirlpool of the tossing waves of life. And thus, my Lord, I pray at your lotus feet to call me back to your eternal abode as one of your servitors. This is the summit liberation of this materialistic way of life. I have very bitter experience of the materialistic way of life, in whichever species of life I have taken birth, compelled by the force of my own activities. I have very painfully experienced two things, namely separation from my beloved and meeting with what is not wanted. And to counter them, The remedies which I undertook were more dangerous than the disease itself. So I tripped from one point to another birth after birth. I pray to you that what
Krishna. By next verse.
opportunity of being called by the Lord to associate with him eternally. Maharaja Parikshit was the worthy grandson of the Maharaja Yudhishthira. Maharaja Yudhishthira gave up the imperial throne to his grandson. And similarly, Maharaja Parikshit, the grandson of the Maharaja Yudhishthira, gave up the imperial throne to his son Janmejaya. This, that is
Janmejaya.
Janmejaya. That is the way of all the kings in the dynasty because they are all strictly in the line of Lord Krishna. Thus, the devotees of the Lord are never enchanted by the glare of materialist life and they live impartially, unattached to the object of the false, illusory materialist way of life. Hare Krishna Matai.
21st verse. Sarvevayam tavat ihasmahet kalevaram yavatasau vihaya lokam param virajaskam vishokam yasyasayam bhagavata pradhanah. So sarve vayam, all of us, vayam means we, all of us, tavad, as long as iha, at this place, asmahe, shall stay, atadera, hereafter, kalevaram, the body, yavat, so long, asau, the king, vihaya, giving up, lokam, the planet, param, the supreme, vira, just come, completely free from mundane contamination, vishokam, completely free from all kinds of lamentation, yasyati, returns, ayam, this, bhagavata, devotee, pradhana, the foremost. So we shall all wait here until the foremost devotee of the Lord, Maharaj Parikshit, returns to the supreme plan, which is completely free from all mundane contamination and all kinds of lamentation. So we all will wait here. That is what they decided. So that is how the devotees' arrangement is given by the Lord. Even if a person at the time of death is not able to chant because of some circumstances, Krishna makes wonderful arrangement that he receives association of devotees. Krishna says, I protect the devotees. And how that protection is given? By association of devotees. So what devotees will do? They'll sing the holy name. In this way, wherever Krishna's name is sung, Krishna is present. So the consciousness in Krishna is not lost. Gadadhar Prabhu, please read.
Hare Krishna, Dandatma Mataji. Text number 21. Sarve vayam tavat ihasmahe ika atah kalevaram yavat asau vihaya lokam param virajasakam visokam yashati ayam bhagavat pradhanah. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We shall all wait here until the foremost devotee of the Lord, Maharaj Parikshit, returns to the supreme planet, which completely free from all mundane contamination and all kinds of lamentation. Purport. Beyond the limitation of material creation, which is compared to the cloud in the sky, there is the Paravyoma, or the spiritual sky, full of planets called Vaikunthas. Such Vaikuntha planets are also differently known as Purushottama Loka, Achyuta Loka, Trivikrama Loka, Rishikesha Loka, Keshava Loka, Aniruddha Loka, Madhava Loka, Pradyumna Loka, Sankarsana Loka, Sridharaya Loka, Vasudeva Loka, Ayodhya Loka, Dwarka Loka, and many other millions of spiritual lokas wherein the personality of Godhead predominates all the living entities. There are liberated souls with the spiritual bodies as good as the law of the Lord. There is no metal contamination. Everything there is spiritual, and therefore there is nothing objectively lamentable. They are full of transcendental bliss and are without birth, death, and old age and disease. And amongst all the above mentioned Vaikuntha Lokas, there is one supreme loka called Goloka Vrindavana, which is the abode of the Lord Sri Krishna and his specific associates. Maharaja Parikshit was destined to achieve this particular loka, and the great races assembled there could foresee this. All of them consulted among themselves about the great departure of the great king, and they wanted to see him up to the last moment because they would no more be able to see such a great devotee of the Lord. When a great devotee of the Lord passes away, there is nothing to be lamented because the devotee is destined to enter into the kingdom of God. But the sorry plight is that such great devotees leave our sight, and therefore there is every reason to be sorry. As the Lord is rarely to be seen by our present eyes, so also are the great devotees. The great rishis, therefore, correctly decided to remain on the spot till the last moment. Hare Krishna Dandavat Namaste.
When our Guru Maharaj left, just in one day, practically more than lakh of people assembled to take the last darshan of Guru Maharaj. We saw when the pure devotees they leave the planet, Krishna makes the arrangement. Everybody's consciousness is only when they'll take darshan. That is one who has worked selflessly for Lord. Still remember, the day was so, everybody were feeling sorry at the same time. Guru Maharaj has entered Vaikuntha Loka to take part in the eternal service of Lord. It's also the suffering, because the body was suffering. So naturally, that is also there at the same time. Oh, we cannot see our Guru Maharaj again. So that type of sorrow also is there. Ashritya tadrishi ganavachah parikshe samam madhuch guruchavyalikam आभाषतैनान विनन्द्य युक्तान् शुश्रूषमाणश्चरितानि विष्णुः Ashutya, just after hearing of that, Rishigana, the sages assembled, Vachaha speaking, Parishit Maharaj, Samam impartial, Madhuchat, sweet to hear, Guru great, Johnson, Abhyalikam, perfectly true, Abhashata said, Kenan, all of them. Abhinandya, congratulated, Tan, appropriately presented, Shushushamanaha, being desirous to hear, Chaitani, activities of Vishnu, personality of God. So all that was spoken by the great sages was very sweet to hear, full of meaning and appropriately presented as perfectly true. So after hearing them, Maharaj Parishit, desiring to hear of the activities of Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead, congratulated the great sages. Maharaj Parishit also was very happy that they have accepted my decision and they also want to hear about Lord and they are going to wait till I leave the body. That means I will have the association of the sages and that is going to make a festival wherever the sages assemble and wherever Krishna's Katha is there. That is a festival actually. What is festival? Assembly of the devotees. So then Maharaj Parikshit congratulated the great sages. I actually in Vrindavan once I met with an accident. See, was like my nails were broken. So then there is hospice. What do you call it? Yeah, hospice or something like that. Where you have those who are on the verge of leaving the body or those who are found with their cancers and they have cancer, they have only few days left, then they have made a special place for them. So they took me there. When I saw a devotee, was the last stages. First of all, I was very afraid also. was seeing such a little bit, I was afraid. Then I asked, "Are you not afraid to be here?" They said, "No, we are able to get association, we are able to hear about Lord, we are able to go and take darshan of Lord. So we are prepared for this examination." It's very, very early days at that. I was thinking, how wonderful are the devotees. If they come to know they have cancer, they are prepared for it. Because they know this is just an examination. Everybody has to pass this examination. So easily it will. And generally when we think, oh, I'm going to leave the body, we get afraid. We don't want to even remember this. Now preparation time is given. That is how the devotees, they rejoice. And the preparatory time is not that, oh, TV dekhte dekhte heart attack aa gaya. Sometimes people think that, what a wonderful death he had. Huh? He was just seeing TV or sipping one cup of coffee. At that time, he got heart attack. They think that this is most fortunate death. On the other hand, the devotee thinks, a pure devotee, he thinks that he has got a time period so that he can prepare for that examination. This is the difference in opinion. For sudden death, maybe the time he will be remembering or not, what type of work he will be there, we don't know. Actually, Draupadi cried not for the loss of her sons. Draupadi cried because every day I was making my children hear about Krishna. Every day Harikatha used to happen. That particular night, I could not tell Harikatha. So, in what consciousness my sons have left the body? That was only the concern of Draupadi. Just see, this is the topmost concern of pure devotees. They are only concerned in what consciousness we are leaving the body. The olden times, people used to get, so those who are very much austere, devoted, Lord gives them that understanding. Yes, this time you are going to leave the body. So they prepare themselves. My mother always speaks about my grandfather. Grandfather knew that in just 1 month he is going to leave the body. He came to the place where I was born, that is down. He stayed with my mother for 3 months. He taught, I was in the home, he taught Divya Prabandham. Divya Prabandham is Tamil Vedas, he taught. And then he told my parents, let's just pay last obeisances. I'm going to Varanasi. I'm going to leave the body. So that period, for 3 or 4 days, he just was only taking Gangajal and hearing the glorification of Lord. That is how the preparation. This is that, and he was very healthy. It is not that he was sick and all. But they are all yogis. The yogis, they know. Srila Prabhupada, for 1 month practically, he did not take anything because he knew that he has, because this is Ichha Mrityu. They get this Ichha Mrityu. That means they themselves know that now it's a time, I have to give up this body. And they prepare for their examination. Okay. Next. 23rd. समागता सर्वत एव सर्वे वेदा यथा मूर्तिधरा स्त्रीपुष्पे नेहातनामुत्र च कश्चनार्थ कृते परानुग्रहमात्मशीलम्. Samagataha, assembly, sarvagataha, from all directions. Eva certainly, survey all of you. Vedaha, supreme knowledge. Yatha, as Murti Dhraha, personified. Three Krishte on the planet of Brahma, which is situated above the three planetary systems, namely upper, intermediate, and lower worlds. Na not iha in this world, atha thereafter. Na not amutraha in the other world. Ch also kaschana any other artha interest, krute, save and set. Para others anugraham, doing good to atmashilam nature. So the Lord said, oh great sages, you are so wonderful. You all have kindly assembled here. You have come from different parts of the universe. And you are as good as the supreme knowledge personified. You reside in this planet, who resides in this planet above the three worlds, Tiloka. Consequently, you are naturally inclined to do good to others. But for this, you have no interest, either in this life or in the next. That means when you are doing parokara, you don't have any self-interest. That is the most wonderful part of this. You have assembled here for doing good to the whole world without having any motives. So, Bimla, you read both the verses in the purport, and this will be the last because I have to take examination for the second initiated devotees who have been whose interview is there on Sunday. Yeah. Read. Your voice is not coming, Vimla. You're unmuted, but your voice is not coming. Check your device. Or Neeraj Prabhu, can you read?
Hare Krishna Mataji, yes, sure. I would be blessed to read. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Samagata sarvatreva sarve
22 also
veda
read.
yatha.
22. Very good. 22 and 23.
22 and 23. Okay. I just wrote the 22, 23 directly. Let me go back, Mataji. 22. 1.19.22. आश्रुत्यत्र शृणुवच परीक्षित समा मधुच्य युद्ध गुरु चाव्यलीकम् आभाष्तेन निभिन्नयुक्तान् शुश्रूमाणाच्युरितानि विष्णु. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. All that was spoken by the great sages was very sweet to hear, full of meaning and appropriately presented as perfectly true. So after hearing them, Maharaj Parikshit, desiring to hear of the activities of Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, congratulated the sages. Next shloka 1.19.23. Samagata sarvatreva sarve Veda yatha murti dhara stri prashthe Nehat namutra chakrashcha nartha Rite paranugrahamatmashilam. I'll read the last line again. Nehat namutra chakrashcha Karshchanartha Rate paranugrahamatmashilam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. The king said, O great sages, you have all very kindly assembled here, having come from all parts of the universe. You are all as good as supreme knowledge personified, who resides in the planet above the three worlds, Satyaloka. Consequently, you are naturally inclined to do good to others, but for this you have no interest either in this life or in the next. Purport. 6 kinds of opulences, namely wealth, strength, fame, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation, are all originally the different attributes pertaining to the absolute personality of Godhead. The living beings, who are part and parcel entity of the Supreme Being, have all these attributes partially, up to the full strength of 78%. In the material world, these attributes, up to 78% of the Lord's attributes, are covered by the material energy, as the sun is covered by a cloud. The covered strength of the sun is very dim compared to the original glare, and similarly, the original color of the living beings with such attributes becomes almost extinct. There are 3 planetary systems, namely the lower world, the intermediate worlds, and the upper worlds. The human beings on earth are situated at the beginning of the intermediate worlds, but living beings like Brahma and his contemporaries live in the upper worlds, of which the topmost is Satyaloka. In Satyaloka, the inhabitants are fully cognizant of Vedic wisdom, and thus the mystic cloud of material energy is cleared. Therefore, they are known as the Vedas personified. Such persons, being fully aware of knowledge, both mundane and transcendental, have no interest in either the mundane or transcendental worlds. They are practically desireless devotees. In the mundane world, they have nothing to achieve, and in the transcendental world, they are full in themselves. Then why do they come to the mundane world? They descend to different planets as Masihas by the order of the Lord to deliver the fallen souls. On the earth, they come down and do good to the people of the world in different circumstances under different climatic influences. They have nothing to do in this world save and except reclaim the fallen souls rotting in material existence, deluded by the material energy. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
So why the devotees come? They have come just to save the whole world.
It
That
is
is
so enlivening to note that devotees come for.
Except we claim the fallen souls rotting in material existence, deluded by material. What is the purpose of Srila Prabhupada coming? What is the purpose of Acharyas coming? What is the purpose of our spiritual masters coming? To save us. There is there. Parikshit Maharaj is glorifying the sages. Okay, stop here. Any doubts, you can keep it for Tuesday. Panchaputra passing the Vircha, Patitanam Pavan.
Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.